Go on to any music forum or step into any dive bar, and you will find the exact same argument looping on repeat. Who is the true greatest heavy metal band of all time? The usual suspects dominate the conversation: Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Mettalica, technical threshers like Slayer or Megadeth. Yet these debates never resolve. They devolve into shouting matches and toxic tribalism because the fans are actually arguing past each other. This friction stems from different unspoken scoring rubrics. It's a disagreement over the fundamental definition of greatness. Comparing a band playing pure underground music to 500 people against a band playing commercial anthems to 60,000 stadium fans using the exact same criteria is absurd. You need different tools to measure different goals. This decision tree starts with one question: who is the GOAT of metal? We branch out to see how greatness is measured. The diagram morphs into a 4-axis radar chart, revealing our specific metrics: innovation, technicality, consistency, and cultural impact. We aren't going to tell you who sounds best. Instead, we are going to prove exactly why certain bands win the crown, based strictly on which metric you prioritize. First, we start with the genesis factor. This is the act of creating a dark, slow, and heavy sound that completely defied the musical norms of the era. Black Sabbath are the literal inventors of the heavy metal genre. Every act that followed built their house on Sabbath's unshakable foundation. But being the originator carries a strict trade-off. Their early catalog lacks the refined speed, subgenre diversity, and technical polish developed by the very bands they inspired. Looking at the radar chart, Black Sabbath's profile maxes out the innovation axis entirely, while resting lower on technicality and consistency. If raw invention and primary influence is your ultimate metric, no band can ever surpass Sabbath. Without them, the genre simply doesn't exist. Next is the purity metric, refusing to alter a core sound, maintaining complex historical songwriting, and sticking to theatrical vocals. Iron Maiden executed this flawlessly. They delivered an unbroken string of critically acclaimed, genre-defining 80s albums, anchored by a traditional denim and leather purist aesthetic. The trade-off here is rigid. By stubbornly refusing to compromise for mainstream radio trends, they capped their cultural crossover potential compared to their peers. On the chart, Iron Maiden generates a shape that spikes heavily in consistency and purity, but dips significantly on the mainstream reach axis. For listeners who value discographical consistency over experimental growth, Maiden remains the benchmark for the genre's core ethos. Then we have technical supremacy.